Whispers have spoken of your connections to those who might be willing to take care of a troublesome character. He could see her smirk, even behind the mask. Do you have difficulty spelling out your true intent? His eyebrows raised. I do not respond. I know that lords and ladies find it uncomfortable to openly discuss that which you find overly commonplace. We shall consider dealing with this difficult character who plagues you so much. For the right price, of course. We? Those I speak to. I would never engage in such a delicate matter myself, after all. Tullius nodded. Indeed. I assumed those capable of such acts would want as much distance between themselves and those who would require their services. What kind of price would they charge for those services? The woman tilted her head. That would depend on who you would like taken care of. It was odd how the way she said it stripped away all the distance he wanted to put between himself and the actual action. It annoyed him, which he supposed was the intention of her pointed use of the term. A mercenary. He sipped his tisane and tried to calm himself. The situation was unfamiliar and set him on edge. He had never done this before, although he had heard of those who had, including members of his family. But acting for himself felt wondrously dangerous, even though he knew he wouldn't put himself in any personal danger. There are many mercenaries in this town, the woman replied smoothly and regarded him steadily. There are even guilds that protect their members. Will that be a problem? She leaned forward. That would depend on which mercenary you had in mind. He ran his fingers over his clean-shaven cheek, took a deep breath, and shook his head. Skharr is his name. A piece of dung-eating barbarian shit. The woman paused, leaned back in her seat, and looked at the table. Her long, delicate fingers traced the marble tabletop as she considered his statement. Skharr? She asked finally. Skharr DeathEater? I assume so. Tullius waved his hand dismissively. The surnames of the dead do not interest me. They should, she replied. You do know of the DeathEater clan, yes? Barbarian legends, easily dismissed. Barbarians? Yes. Legends? No. You remember what he did to you and your men, unarmed and on his own. If you're interested in legends, you should hear the one in which he delved a dungeon on his own and came back alive and wealthy. And there's the legend of how those who tried to stop him never returned. His expression scrunched into a scowl. Do not speak to me as if I were a child. Then stop acting like one. He took a deep breath and tried to ignore the insult. Well then, if legends prove true, you have more of a reason to kill him. Avenge the fallen and enrich yourself, whichever you happen to choose. Perhaps even I can find a way to profit from this little arrangement if you're willing to share what you find. The woman sighed and shook her head. I'm not sure you understand. The man has become something of a legend during his short time in our city. Those who would choose to kill him would either be incredibly stupid or incredibly expensive. Why the stupid? Are they cheap? Yes, and for good reason. You might find one who is lucky enough to stumble into a kill, but the likeliest scenario sees them giving the DeathEater your name instead. I assume you wouldn't want him to discover your involvement in his assassination, yes? Although I suppose the cheap ones might not want to know who is hiring them or even make assumptions. But are you willing to take the chance that the barbarian might retaliate? That is assuming he survives the attempt, of course. Yes, assuming he lives. What are you, his contract issuer? It is in my interest that all who know about my involvement survive their involvement. Explaining the options as clearly as possible helps to ensure that, but you are the one who must decide what path you wish to take. She made a good point. Skharr had made an impression in their first encounter, and